Caitlin Clark and the WNBA. And we're going to talk about, my theme for today is how we've gone from suffrage to the suffer age. We're all suffering because of suffrage. And Caitlin Clark and what's going on in the WNBA is a way to help explain to you all what's actually going on in American and global culture. And because America is the worldwide leader, our suffrage and our suffering and our empowerment of women and our delusion, this false narrative of men and women, they're just alike. And, you know, there's no difference. And look, we can put women in combat, we can put women in all sorts of positions of leadership, and the character and nature and the righteousness and the truth of America won't change at all. Won't change at all. And so I don't watch the WNBA. Quit talking about it, Whitlock. First of all, you're lying to yourself. I'm not saying that you particularly watch the WNBA, but since Caitlin Clark's arrival in the WNBA, you'd have to be lying to yourself to believe that people aren't watching the WNBA, that sports fans aren't watching the WNBA, that Caitlin Clark isn't the biggest sports star, individual sports star in America since the rise of Tiger Woods. You're lying to yourself. Oh, Whitlock's exaggerating, blah, blah, blah. No, you're lying to yourself. The biggest star in American sports is Caitlin Clark. And I've made my bones talking about sports, and I've made my bones taking what's happening in sports and using it as a launching pad, a platform to explain what's happening in America. So for those of you that hate the WNBA, for those of you that think it's bad product, for those of you that think it's a corrosive force in American culture, I'm not arguing with you. I'm explaining to you that what's going on in the WNBA is what's going on in American society. We're taking inferior product and pretending that it's the same as the old high quality product. We've injected people that have hormonal imbalances at the drop of a hat, that have menstrual cycles once a month, that are more controlled by their feelings than logic and data. We've injected them into all sorts of leadership positions, and we're wondering why our institutions are weak and failing us. Well, look at the WNBA. Look at, and many of you will sit here and think, Whitlock just hates women. No, I don't. I understand them, and I'm trying to understand them, and I'm trying to understand and explain to you all what their injection to leadership in every aspect of American culture, there are consequences for that. Men and women are not the same. This show comes from a biblical worldview. I come from a biblical worldview. These aren't my thoughts and feelings. You may think I'm just a sexist pig. No, I'm someone that believes what's in the Bible, and I have a biblical worldview, and that men are meant for leadership in a well-run, law and order, orderly society. If we turn it over to women, or if we share this leadership position with women, you're going to lose order. You're inviting chaos. You're making your children vulnerable. And you can see all this by examining what's happening in the WNBA and how women, when given power and leadership positions, It devolves into what you're seeing in the WNBA. And you could sit there and say, well, that's because that league, that's a bunch of angry lesbian black women. No, it's not. That's not who's actually running the league. They are in the league. They're working in cahoots with other women, and you have chaos in the WNBA. You have delusion. You have a group of people moving away from truth because that's not what women do. And so you'll say, well, men do the same thing. Yes, they do. But we used to do a lot less of it before many of us cut off our bat and balls and handed it over to women. Before many of us started simping for women. Men used to lead primarily in this country, and there was more order. There was less chaos. Children were less vulnerable. And you go, oh, that's not true. Was abortion as rampant 60 years ago? All of this improvement that we've allegedly had, all of the, don't you understand how horrible those people were in the past? They were racist. Did they murder babies at the drop of a hat? Did they treat Planned Parenthood abortion facilities like they were McDonald's drive-thrus? That you just, let me just pull up and kill a baby and then drive home like it's no big deal? Children are far more vulnerable now with these destructed family situations. There's less supervision of children. So now there's more sexual molestation of children. Children left unsupervised will be preyed upon, and they will prey upon each other. That's the society we've created through suffrage, through, hey, men and women are just the same, and we should enter into a 50-50 partnership as it relates to leadership. Let me get to my jumping off point, because I don't want to, I told Steve Kim we'd get to him 45 minutes after the start of the show, and if I just keep going and going and going, it would be an hour and 45 minutes, but let me get to my jumping off point. Kathy Engelbert is the commissioner of the WNBA. And I just want to, this is what women do. This is the difference between men and women. When men are blessed with some incredible athletic talent, when some superstar athlete, a Michael Jordan comes along, a Joe Louis comes along, a Muhammad Ali, a Jack Johnson, a Jackie Robinson, we end up falling in line and taking advantage of Jackie Robinson or Muhammad Ali or whatever, Larry Bird, whatever athlete. There may be some initial friction. Hey, we're racist and we don't like Jackie Robinson. But we soldier through that and we're like, man, Jackie Robinson's brought a whole new fan base to Major League Baseball. This is actually good for society. This is good for competition. And yes, there's some initial friction, but we don't destroy Major League Baseball. We don't destroy the Michael Jordan when he appears in the NBA. David Stern and those guys, they were like, hey, how do we take advantage of Michael Jordan? How do we install rules that protect Michael Jordan? Because he can carry us to greatness. He can carry us to more riches.